Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gordon Matson and welcome to my Lucha Underground review for September. I said September. Nice check. For June the 29th, 2016. And tonight on Lucha Underground, we had a. It felt like there were three great matches tonight. You had a straight up match between King Cuerno and Mil Muertes, where they beat the living hell out of each other. You had El Dragon Azteca and Prince Puma put on a fucking show. And you had Johnny Mundo and Phoenix more or less do combine the same thing. So in the same sense, they all did their jobs, and it was so fucking amazing. And at the end, we got Jack Evans. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll compose myself, and I will get to the showing that we usually do when it comes to Twitter. And tonight, I'm not going to show my Twitter. I'm going to actually put it out to the people. So I'm going to show those who were active during Lucha Underground tonight. And I was not tweeting. I was not live tweeting tonight. But I just want to show. I just want to show for those who don't think there's that much of a buzz around Lucha Underground, the buzz that is created, that's been created on Lucha Underground, and how much people love it, and how much people are just oozing positive over it. Like for those who know about it and are fans of it, there's nothing but good things to say. You just see a couple of the gifts of some things that happened tonight. I know you guys probably can't see that clearly, but that was the finish to the main event. That's people with screenshotted photos of the card. Ray and Prince Puma standing each other down for the match at Ultima Lucha 2. Son of Havoc, with this was a great statement to me because this was the match of the night to me. The main event was awesome, don't get me wrong, but this was the statement of the night and the match of the night for me. If this was pay-per-view, Prince Puma versus El Dragon Azteca Jr., well, he put hashtag Dragon Azteca Jr., would be worth this money alone. Would be worth this money alone. But it's not pay-per-view. It's free. Ridiculous. Hashtag Lucha. Yeah, hashtag Lucha Underground. And then the raving just continues from there. You get a picture of Mill in his cold face, and then it just goes from there. And even Heelbook, who still doesn't do the trailers anymore, for anybody who doesn't know, but they are still like pretty much involved with the wrestling world on social media. They even put stuff out there. And if we go down to trends, if you look in the bottom corner, Lucha Underground may not be up there, but I'm telling you guys, it does generate a good amount of conversation if you're using the hashtag Lucha Underground. I was not tonight because I basically had a friend over who was watching with me, and I really couldn't occupy my time, my phone, my friend, and the TV. I'm one half blanket. I can only do so much. But you know what? I think I've showed enough, and if I haven't, you guys know my Twitter. Fight Masson Fight. So that last T isn't there, as you can see, it's highlighted. And we'll get this underway. So that will do it for my shilling. That will do it for me talking about Twitter and social media and the buzz around Lucha Underground. And we can get to the actual show that is Lucha Underground. And for those of you who do not know, recently I have been given an opportunity where I can, become a Machinima Prime member. I mean, not Machinima Prime, a director of Machinima Sports. And for those who see my face, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can become a director of Machinima Sports. And honestly, I want to thank CM Pulse, YouTuber, for the contribution to telling everybody how to become to become partner with Machinima. So if that's going to be the case, and I do get partnered, and this referral goes through in the next 5 days, that'll be amazing. I'm going to be happy, and we'll be a go. We will be a go. Let me just put it that way. So I think I've shilled enough. I think I've shamelessly promoted enough. I think I've talked circles enough. Let's get into Lucha Underground. So the first match of the night is King Cuerno versus Mil Muertes, the returning Mil Muertes. In Lucha Underground, this is basically a slugfest here. King Cuerno goes on to win, rolling up Mil Muertes, holding his hand on the rope. So Mil is protected for one, but not King Cuerno, because King Cuerno has been kind of losing lately. But Lucha Underground, knowing King Cuerno kind of needed this win, and knowing that they've built Mil Muertes strong enough that that wouldn't really hurt him. They know enough that Mil would not Mil, that they could have the balls and no one would complain, but they could have the balls to make Mil lose and no one would complain. Now, it's just like, okay. Now, for those who are just critics of like wrestling and all that crap, and like can't really say anything, like don't seem like they take the time and enjoy being fans and just watching what happens. Lucha Underground is a show to do it. It feels like guys like Dave Meltzer who just come out of nowhere. I'm like, I love Meltzer. I respect everything he does, and I trust most of everything of what he says. And Meltzer, even anytime he comes down hard on Lucha Underground, oh, they don't know what to do with Pentagon Jr. Oh, like why are they treating like this? Why is he not in the main event? Well, Meltzy's in the main event. Why is this not happening? Well, it's better if it happens this way. Like it's just like every time from anybody who's a critic of wrestling, there's criticism after criticism after criticism, and then Lucha Underground answers those criticisms the way they wanted them to, just with a better build and a slower build instead of the conditioned WWE garbage. And I don't even mean to say it that way because they've actually been like they've been doing pretty well recently. So I'm not even gonna say garbage, just the inconsistency of WWE booking. I'll say that much. I'll be fair about it. And Lucha Underground is always consistent. Always consistent. But yeah, as I was saying, this was just a slugfest. It was awesome. It was amazing. I enjoyed it. It was fun. And they had the audacity to let Cuerno get the win, knowing no one would be really mad about it. So that was pretty much how that went. But after the match, what did we get here? After Cuerno won with the roll up and he got the on the ropes, there was a moment backstage where Katrina, who was the first woman to walk in? Dario was sitting in his office talking to Ivelisse and Taya, and he basically says, Taya, you are like you've been a proven fighter in my temple. You have basically gone head to head with the best competitors in my temple. And Ivelisse, you're one of my crowning trios champions. The people like you, and all that. And he said both of you have claims to being the best when it comes to women in the temple. And he's like, and you both claim basically to be the baddest, and then they both just go ahead and say bitch simultaneously at the same time, Ivelisse and Taya, which I honestly thought was amazing. I actually popped for that. I probably shouldn't have, just for that one little statement that they simultaneously said that just within the bitchiest of bitchy tones. But I did. Like, it's just like, it's like Dario's like, I know I probably have to watch what I say because I know Ivelisse doesn't like me, and Taya's not really too fond of me either. So let me watch my words, but at the same time, I'm El Jefe and I have Black Lotus on standby. And Matanza. So, yeah, but I probably won't need them. But I'm probably digging too deep into that. But my point being, he tells them at Ultimate Lucha, they're going to go one-on-one to decide who really is the baddest. And they both stand up and look at him. I think he says, like, female in the temple or whatever, because they didn't want him to say bitch. Like, yeah, because I never understand this. Okay. Guys, and I know there are a bunch of guys who watch it. I look at my demographic. And even if any females watch this, please put this in the comments. Someone, John Ashton, I know one of you might be watching this eventually later. Someone let me in and let me know now. Why do women consist to call themselves bitch at the highest emphasonic structure, like the highest emphasonic, at the highest sound of like the most screeching sound of their lungs? I don't know. I'm trying to make it sound overcomplicated. I don't know why, but at the top screamingest pitch of their lungs, just like, oh, I'm a bitch and I'm proud of it. Like, but then when men do it, like when Dario was gonna do it, and I stood up and looked at him, and he's just like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I don't understand it. Men, someone help me explain. Someone help me figure out why do they do this. But you know, we'll figure that out. But Taya leaves out, and then as Ivelisse is on her way out, Katrina's on her way in, and then she's like, "Good luck on your your match, little girl," or whatever, like something like that. Some smart ass remark on the way out, and then Ivelisse is like, "Don't think I forgot about you, sweetheart." And then she comes in, being Katrina, and tells Dario she wants a rematch with King Cuerno. Well, Mil does at Ultimate Lucha. And then Dario basically, and hold on, actually, can I just point something out here really quick? I don't normally catch Lucha Underground for these things, and I just sat here praising them for continuity. And I don't know, they will probably get back to it. But at this point in time, I mean, come on. Katrina walked in the office, talked to Dario about the match, and didn't mention anything about Matanza. Matanza was brought up in this, but Katrina didn't, like, she didn't bat an... Their focus is Cuerno, and their focus obviously should be Matanza. The only reason their focus is Cuerno is because Cuerno basically captured Mill's body as a, as a prize pelt, basically, and put him in a glass case. So, I mean, there's that. But we didn't even mention Matanza, and that's about it. And Dario, Dario mentioned it. Like I said before, all Dario said was, "So wait," he's like, "You come to my temple, you try you take over my office, you attack my baby brother for no reason, and then you barge in here and expect me to give you something." And then Katrina's like, "I want it in a death match." And knowing Dario being the perverted when it comes to not perverted when it comes to violence, the perverted violent sicko that he is, when Katrina says death match, he's like, "You know what? I hate you, but you know how to speak my language." So he lets it go. We have a death match. Ultimate Lucha, which starts next week. Ultimate Lucha 2. Well, I'm sorry, not 2. Ultimate Lucha 2. And it's going to be Katrina by the side of Mil Muertes versus... Wait, hold on. The Hunter, King Cuerno. And I probably just did that 10 times wrong. But whatever, man. I don't care. Fight me about it. But as we move on. Yes. So up next we get Rey Mysterio ringside for El Dragon Azteca Jr. And as he's ringside for El Dragon Azteca Jr., El Dragon Azteca Jr. is facing Rey's opponent at Ultima Lucha, which is Prince Puma. And you have to be thinking, and I'm sorry that I've been very consistent with these. I've had a lot to do. It's been early summertime. I really do apologize. And I'd like to apologize to the guy who I've been shouting out, who's been making my thumbnails, because I did not get to use last week's. So I really, really do apologize if you do get to watch this at some point. And I understand if you said, it'd be cool if I didn't use them here and there, if something came up or whatever, but I'm sorry. I really do apologize. But you have to be thinking, last time I did this, weren't these guys just a tag team? Yeah, they kind of were. But a lot of miscommunication. A lot of this, a lot of that. And here we stand. But, for what it's worth, I mean, they all still respect each other, and they're all still cool. They just realize they're three of the biggest egos in Lucha Libre, and, they can't really be on teams. Now, while Puma and Rey had their disagreement, they're still friends, and while Rey and I said Puma and Rey. Well, Dragon Azteca and Rey had their disagreements. They're still friends. And Puma and Rey, the same thing. It's just a measure of respect at this moment. And Puma wants to try and prove that he is the new El Rey, being king, and not the prince anymore. Even though that won't really change the name, El Rey Puma. I don't think we're gonna go there. They wouldn't go there. He's basically just saying he wants to be the new king of Lucha Libre. And I honestly think the obvious choice for Lucha Underground to make at Ultimate Lucha 2 is to hand the crown down to Rey Mysterio, not to Rey Mysterio, to Prince Puma. And I don't even know why I say that's the obvious choice. We all know it's the obvious choice. And commentary in this match, by the way, which was match of the fucking night, played it up as that Prince Puma is embracing a darker side. And they wanted to be edgy, so it's not just buddy. I lick your ass cheek, you lick my ass cheek. Oh, you're so great. No, you're so great. Oh, I lost. It's okay. Give me a hug. It goes nowhere. Okay. because it seemed like Puma had no mercy, not no mercy, but he basically didn't pull back on El Dragon Azteca at all. Like they basically knew each other move for move at the beginning of the match. It was like it's basically like trade off, trade off, trade off, trade off, and like I'll land on my feet this way, I'll land on my feet that way, I'll flip and land on my feet this way, I'll backflip that way, we'll backflip and down land next to each other, try and drop each other, run off each other's feet, and then stand back up, and then kip up, and then knock each other down, then kip up. You'll try and pin me, I'll kip up. Master Striker's losing his breath, ask Vampiro to help him. That's pretty much what that was in the quickest succession of whatever. But I mean, like I said before, this was match of the night. Prince Puma eventually does go on the one with the 630. My favorite spot in this was from El Dragon Azteca Jr. when he was on the top. Like no, like two things he did. The satellite Rana. I mean, not satellite Rana. The satellite head scissors tornado DDT. And the I don't even know how to call this. Like, you know, when you're in the inverted DDT and you float over and through the legs, and he basically made him land on his neck through that way. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. But for those of you who've seen it, you know what I mean, and it was fucking sick. And honestly, I thought Puma was done there, but no, Puma does go on with the 630, and everything he did, he looked toward Ray like this is gonna be you. This will be you. You're not better than me. I'm better than you. It's the spirit of the ego, really. Like, this is why I honestly feel in wrestling, Lucha Underground has taught me that you can never have too much of a super team together for long. Because last year in Lucha Underground, if you go back to Drago and Aerostar, I don't even know who they were with the Trio Center because I wasn't watching at that point in time already, but apparently Drago turned on Aerostar and their partner. No, it was Phoenix, actually. Drago, Aerostar, and Phoenix. That's why Dario didn't want to do it this year. But he's like, nah, because Drago wanted to be the turncoat, and then Dario didn't want to waste his time again this year. He wanted to make things interesting. But you can never have a super team together for too long. Because this year, we all know that Prince Puma basically has that overtoned bit of arrogance to him. But, I mean, it was about to happen at some point. You couldn't just have the most OP team in probably Lucha Libre history just because of Rey Mysterio and the newly established, from last year, El Dragon Azteca Jr. El Dragon Azteca Jr. is establishing himself now. Newly established Prince Puma on the same team with this uprising kid that you really want to make that, like, you're going to the next. So you're going to. I can't even fucking English right now. That you're going to the next level to try and elevate to those two. It's just not going to be done. It's just not going to be. Yeah. So we're gonna move on. And that's my thought. We're gonna move on, and I'm honestly gonna say this is the best match of the night. I'm sorry, people. The video cut on this, and I really I'm sorry. But as I was saying before, we're gonna move on. That was the best match of the night. And we move on into the ring with Keanu, the Mac, Son of Havoc, and Cage For an opportunity, this is called from Dario Cueto, who is also in the ring with these luchadors. And for an opportunity brings a luchador gold. Well, I don't even know. It brings him an opportunity. I just want to assume gold, but you'd have to assume. Maybe a new title? I don't know. And no, I think Lucha Underground knows that they can handle what they can. I don't think another title is what they want to handle right now because they had a lot of stories this year, and keeping each title as prestigious. Because you have to remember, the trios titles did not seem that important to Lucha Underground at one point, and then they brought those up at one point this year. It was just, it didn't seem like, it's hard to fit so much in one 26 episode schedule, but they made it work, and I'm fucking glad they made it work. So, up next, we have, what do we, oh yeah. This is Forefront Opportunity. Dario tells these luchadors there'll be Forefront Opportunity and tells them that'll be next. We got Ultima Lucha 2. And says, okay, now after that, he's like, get a head start your opponent. He just told them to get a head start each other. They just start beating the shit out of each other. And you have to know, like, we all knew from the minute Cage was in this ring. Lucha Underground, you're good as hell, but you're not fooling anybody there. Cage is the one that's standing in this ring. You guys have built this man like a goddamn beast. And the only reason he lost to Matanza this year, was the fact that he postured before trying to end the match this year. Trying to end the match with Matanza for the championship. So, and if you really noticed that. But, yeah, that's about that. I really just want to see what the opportunity is. And we've seen Cage get a shot. We've seen everybody else get a shot. I want to see Son of Havoc win this thing. Just for the intrigue, I would like to see Son of Havoc win this thing. Son of Havoc, then Cage maybe. And from there, like, the Mac, I don't really want to, like, I don't really want to see Matt get this opportunity, nor Tejano, because I honestly think, like, if there's someone I just, like, don't like in Lucha Underground, I just think it's boring as shit, Tejano is the guy. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Like, nothing against Tejano, he's a great wrestler and all, but, like, there's something that stands out about everybody else in Lucha Underground, and for me, for Tejano, the blue-collar brawler just isn't good enough for me. I'm sorry. So, yeah, that's going to be that there, and up next, we move on to the main event, which is Johnny Mundo versus Phoenix. Phoenix had an extra layer of aggression in this match. After being, like, shit on by Pentagon a couple weeks ago, and I say shit on very lightly, just Pentagon getting the win and going and move on to face Matanza in the main event of Ultima Lucha 2. Phoenix, I honestly didn't think he'd be the aggressor in this match, but I don't want to say he seemed like the Rudo, but he wasn't. But he damn sure was the aggressor, and it was different for me to see the Technico dominate the match and dominate the flow of the match and, like, keep Johnny on his toes. Like, Johnny had his moments, and that was about really it. But hold on, we're gonna take 1 second here. Someone's at my door. I apologize dearly. What I was saying was, I lost my entire train of thought. Yeah, he was the aggressor in this match. It was a little different for me. Like, all the strikes that Phoenix was just throwing out here and trying to, like, kill Johnny with. We eventually get the dirty finish where Taya, like, the referee's eventually distracted, being Marty Elias. Taya gets the belt to Mundo. Well, Mundo puts the belt on the apron eventually, like, toward the end of the match, grabs it, whacks Phoenix over the head with it, and then you just hear Striker's dejected voice. 1, 2, 3. Like, no, he's like 1, 2, 3. And that's just it. And I mean, I'm not upset with the finish, especially because we got Jack and PJ afterward, and because Johnny Mundo was rocking the headband the way he was during the match, like keeping the headband, like keeping a style that they all, you know, share. It worked out, so it was perfectly fine for me. I enjoyed it. It was a great main event until Drago, Aerostar want to come down, and then Ivelisse wants to come down and get everybody's business. And the numbers were, before Ivelisse came down there, were still perfectly fine. I mean, if my math serves me right, 5 versus 4 is perfect. I mean, wait, was it 5? No. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 and 3. It's perfect. That's just perfectly fine for me until Evil East wants to get involved, and it's 4-on-4, and it's just, everything just does not work out right, and that's where we stand. But that was Lucha Underground. Hope you guys did enjoy it. I did, and that's basically gonna be that. So thank you guys for watching this edition of my Lucha Underground review. Remember to leave a like on this video if you already haven't. Subscribe if you're not subscribed for more of that Lucha Underground goodness on my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Oh, yeah, gaming will be making the return pretty soon. I'm sorry, I have, especially my career, because I have been really lax on that. So, but thank you guys for watching. Do appreciate it. Leave a like and all that good stuff. Comment. And I'll see you guys next time. See ya!